Beam me up, Scotty.
Found anything yet? Nothing yet, sir. How about you? Not a thing, sir.
UFO Sports is brought to you by DSM Media and is a distinctive drip production. For more exclusive content, be sure to follow Culprits, and JD Oracle on all social media outlets.
What's going on, everybody? It is UFO, which is unidentified.
Four quarters observers. Yep.
It's a lot to say, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's a lot to say. We got my boy Terrence, man. What's up, Terrence?
What's up, man? Ice trade that game. Ice trade that game.
Get out of here, bro. Hey, man, we got a special guest, man. My homie, my big homie. What's up, Vance?
What's going on, gang? How's everybody?
Yeah, man.
Good.
Nice little Thursday, you know.
He's so happy, man. You know what? You know what, man? I'm gonna tell you guys what we're gonna talk about today. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Philly debacle, how that whole thing went down, the biggest letdown in Philadelphia history. We're gonna be talking about injuries in the NBA, how the whole playoff is basically injury ridden. We're gonna have a little bit about who got the bag. We're gonna let Terrence get his rant, and then I'm gonna tell you guys all about Juneteenth and the importance of inclusion in African American coaches. So, without further ado, man, we're gonna jump right into it. Terrence, I'm gonna come to you first. No, actually, I'm gonna go to Vance first. What do you feel about Philly, man? What's going on with our Sixers, bro?
Hey, man, it's a choke job, man. This is what Doc does, apparently. This is what Doc does. We got the Doc Rivers disease right now. He chokes in the playoffs, man, and that's what's happening. We've watched, Nate McMillan over a short period of time pretty much walk Doc McMillan down. I mean, Doc Rivers down. Pretty much figured it out in game 2. Started with the hack of Ben. Got a little bit closer in game 2. Game 3, the Sixers came out and blew them out, but in game 4, you saw more of the same. You saw the hack of Ben. You saw Doc's inability to make the correct substitutions. You saw the team lose momentum, 2 games in a row when Doc went to the bench and had that bench unit out there with Tobias. They lost momentum both times and they weren't able to get it back. So, we just have a coach right now that's not doing the job, man. He's pressing all the wrong buttons, and that's pretty much what it is.
JD, hold on real quick.
All right. So we're going to pop this up real quick. And I wanted you to take a look at this. So these are the largest blown leads by Doc Rivers. Like, these are his largest blown leads. The one, I guess 2 days ago, yesterday now, is a 26-point lead. He blew a 21-point lead a year ago. And before that, actually the same year, he blew a 19-point lead. Like, and then he's on here like 5 times. Like, I'm not even kidding. Like, you can't make this stuff up. I mean, all the respect and credit to First Take. We stole this graphic from him. But like, it's literally got First Take on it. I can't lie. So, yeah, man. So back to that, man. Like, Carm, like, to you, like, what do you have to say about Doc? Like, what's going on?
I mean, I just think that, his feel the game when everything was going on, he just wasn't in tune. Like, I think that he has a game plan in mind, and it's good to have, like, who your players are, who you want to put in, who you want to give a chance to see if they can produce something. That's fine, but you got to feel for the game and feel for the moment and what's going on in that moment. We had a big lead, but that we blew a lead last game in the second half. So it's like I would rather be like lean on the more sort of side of caution over kind of just, let me just put in because like I threw up 26. He's another thing in his head. He's like, all right, I'm gonna just put it in the bench because we good. Like, we got this. Like, we ain't gonna do this again for me the other day. But it's like, you gotta know your team, and you gotta know that like all season we blow leads. That's what we do. So once you saw that the bench wasn't doing crap, then you should like hold up, bring all the starters back. Joel, get up, everybody get up, and like save this game because he just let it he just let it happen. Like it just progressed. Lou Will started going off. There was no answer for him. No one was producing anything. Shake was doing crap. They weren't doing anything. So once he saw that, you got to make those in-game adjustments. Like, yes, it doesn't go with the game plan, but look at the score. Look what's happening. Our lead is dwindling down because Lou Will was going nuts and there's no answer. So what now? So like in that moment, I think he had to be more flexible and kind of like, yo, we're like, I'm getting out coach right now, for real. And I need to, put in my starters again. Like it sucks, you don't want to feel like I can't play my bench. But if they're not producing, they're not producing. It is what it is. I'd rather get that W and feel a little butthurt that, I kind of had to deal with the starters being all game than lose a game embarrassingly like they did. I was honestly embarrassed. I was pissed. Like I was going nuts at my house. I could not believe it. Like I was yelling. I was slamming on my like, I'm not even like that. But I got so passionate because it's like, what? Like, how did that happen? So, but like, are we just talking about Doc right now? Because I kind of wanted to say one thing.
Go ahead.
So the thing with it too is that Tobias Harris had 4 points for the entire game, like 3 rebounds. Ben Simmons had 8 points and he missed like 17 free throws and he still had 8 and Tobias only has 4. How are you the 6th highest paid player in the NBA, the 6th highest paid player in the NBA, and you only make 4 points in the entire game, a game that's gonna make us ahead in the series. This is the second round of the playoffs. Like what?
Playoffs?
Like what? Confusion. And then Ben. Like I love Ben. Y'all know anybody that watches me on any show I do, y'all know I stick up for Ben. Like I'm not even on that to like the Ben hate train. But honestly, I'm on the tip where it's like, Ben, you gotta go, or like something has to happen, you have to go. And if it ain't gonna happen, which I feel like it's not gonna happen, then you gotta go because it's like you're hurting the team. Like you're great, but you are a weak spot, and they zoned in on it and they use it to their advantage, and that caused us to lose momentum. And you missed 17 possible points. It's the free throw. What are you doing to better yourself? I saw on Twitter that he was like in somebody's DMs or some crap, like the day before the game or something like that. It's like, I understand you a guy, you do your life is a basketball, but it's like, why are you not feeling like, damn, like I'm really hurting my team? Why are you not offended that they're doing hack event? Why are you not that offended that you wouldn't even be in the gym working on your free throws? Like you are single-handedly hurting the team, and B can only do what he can do. Like at the end, he missed those two free throws that could have brought the game to 1. That I was annoyed by that, but like I can't blame him because he played a great game, him and Seth. And it's like, Ben, you're messing up. And you got to go at this point because it's like, listen, I'm not going to write him off all the way, but it's like that performance, you having 8, Tobias having 4, that is unacceptable. Y'all both can go.
Are you okay now?
So calm.
Can I?
I'm gonna let you have it. All right, listen. So Terrence was told. He told us at the beginning of the series. I'm gonna be the first to tell you. He told us at the beginning of the series that Atlanta was the real deal. And I don't know if that's still true or not, but I know we effing it up. So, Terrence, man, the floor is yours, brother. Take it.
Man, I'm gonna just say I've been telling you. I was telling you guys this on the show. Doc Rivers is trash. You seen what he did in LA. You guys, Carmen, JD, y'all wanted to blame the Clippers team. They can't play together. This and that. We're a totally different squad. So what happened last night? I mean, you was boosting Doc Rivers' head up a couple of shows ago, saying, he's a good coach. It was just a Clippers organization. I mean, is it the Sixers organization or is it Doc Rivers? Joel Embiid. I told you guys, you can't win without him. Tobias, 4 points. Oh no, we don't need Joel, Tobias, and Ben to be able to. We'll be able to survive. We got Tobias. 4 points, Tobias.
Bruh.
Tobias, 4 points. Tobias.
4 points, Tobias. Is that who we talking about?
Man.
Listen.
What?
Right.
Two players. It was only 2 players who scored a field goal second half, if I'm not mistaken. Only 2 players on your whole squad only scored a field goal. Not fourth quarter, not third quarter, the whole second half.
Hey, hold on 1 second.
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me, y'all. I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this.
That's how I'm feeling right now, Terrence. That's how I'm feeling, bro. You eating me alive right now, bro. I'm sorry. I'm not out there hooping. I just got to trust in my team. We ain't do you like this when Washington was coming up show. We ain't do you like this. We ain't put you on fresh. What's up, Scotty? We ain't put you.
What up? Thanks for coming on.
I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, y'all should have gave up. Y'all should have gave up being for Harden. Y'all should have just. I mean, maybe y'all should have did that. I don't know, because
listen, man. I'm not gonna
strange.
Whoa. Man. I ain't gonna let you slander my team now. Hey, listen,
I'm sorry, but Atlanta is 6. What can I say? Atlanta is 6.
Listen, remember we tried to make that bet, and remember you went take the bet. I'm glad you didn't. I'm glad you didn't take it.
I was sad last night. I was sad because I'm like, I could have got a little $50 off of it.
You could have, but you didn't. So check this out, man. We starting something new, man. We finally gave my man his own segment. We're gonna jump right into it. You got your rant ready?
Oh yeah, I'm ready.
All right. You up?
Hey, new show, man. You know they had me. You know I had to have my own segment. You know, we talking about. I'm gonna just keep it real. We talking about the hate on LeBron. I always talk about it. I'm always going there. All these people that talk junk about him, and I'm like, are y'all stans, or is a guy that just appreciate greatness is a stand? Because every time I talk about LeBron, it's just that I appreciate greatness. I mean, he does do a little stuff about the flops here and there, walking off the court. But again, he's 36. He's 36. He can't do.
Bruh.
We're not sitting. We're talking about people want to talk about why he can't do what KD did. Let's keep it real. Like the Suns was the number 2 seed. I don't understand why people keep coming at the Suns like they trash. Like they was the number 2 seed in the West, and the West is still the better squad. They still the best. They still the better conference. Besides the Nets, I mean, they the only team that can maybe compete with the West. All the other squads, I mean, we seen what the number 1 seed did last night when they was up by 26. So I'm like, we see what, like, the East is not good. I'm really upset at people that hate on him. Like, he's 36. You knew he wasn't gonna be able to do it with AD. People talking, he was supposed to do this y'all go. Like, everybody know without AD he didn't stand a chance. What I don't understand is when they had AD, they was up 2-1. So, like, that's really my rant, man. I mean, it's really not a crazy rant. I'm just like, yo, stop hating on greatness. Stop hating on him. He's been doing this for 18 years. 18. First time in the playoffs when he got knocked out the first round. Like, come on, man. Let's stop playing. First time when he was in the playoffs and he got knocked out the first round his whole 18 years. And they still hating on him, talking about, he got to do it by himself.
Are you finished or you done? Are you finished or you done?
Terrence, I hear you.
Is the LeBron haters done?
Hey, listen, that's the nature of the game. LeBron is the face of the league.
He's a target,
have
bro.
Haters. He's gonna have lovers. That's just how it is. He's
LeBron. Nobody don't really be hating on KD like that. Nobody don't really be hating on Curry.
People come at KD and Curry all the time. People come at KD all the time, especially about that head.
Bro,
I'm sorry. That's definitely that's a bullseye. No pun intended.
The head.
Okay.
Get mad at the cameras for zooming in on it every game.
He put his head down on purpose. He wants us to see it, man. He wants us to see that little sunroof he got going.
Saying, man, like that doesn't make sense. I'm like, now I was born in the 90s, but I ain't really start watching ball till late 90s, 98, 99. I'm like, dang, was Jordan this much hated as LeBron gets?
Yes, of course. Well, people love Jordan. So it was a difference.
That's crazy.
So I know you got to go. And I know you got to hit the road, bro.
No, I still got some time.
Okay. So I'm gonna kick this to Vance, man. Vance, man, you are a resident expert, man. You've been around because like me, you've been around like me, dog. What do you really think that's true? Do you think they just hate on LeBron for no reason? Or do you think that people have an actual reason not to like dude?
No, I think people hate greatness, man. Honestly, that's what I think it is. They hate to see the same person at the top, year after year after year. At some point you go from being the good guy to the villain, unfortunately. And LeBron, with the whole, the decision moving to Miami thing, people didn't like that. LeBron then going to the Lakers, people didn't like that. And LeBron has been on top since he's been like 17, 18. People don't want to see you win out here, man. They don't. People don't want to see you win out here. And to your point about Michael Jordan, I think the hate on LeBron is a little bit different because we have social media now.
Yeah.
I think that's the biggest difference between the two. When I was growing up, we didn't have social media. We had word of mouth. Now today, the social media is a beast. And that's pretty much what it is, man. People do hate on LeBron, and I really don't get it. I don't understand it because, like my man said, I appreciate his greatness.
Oh, man. All right. I ain't really saying nothing today. I've been keeping it real low key and real chill and real cool and all that.
I'm not done talking about the Sixers.
I know we're gonna double back, man, when we get Terrence off here. I want to give him a chance to talk about something else. All right, man. So Carm, I'm gonna come to you first on this one. All right. So we know that there has been a lot of injuries. A lot of people hurt right now. A lot of mysterious things going on in the NBA. People coming up lame. People coming up with COVID. People missing, getting suspended. And I'm going to segue this because it's kind of revolving around LeBron James. And I'm glad you brought that up, Terrence. So everybody knows that Chris Paul may be under some weird protocol due to some type of contact tracing or whatever the crap is. He broke some type of protocol. Now, we know that LeBron James went to a whole party, a whole shindig, and, they didn't do nothing to him. But my man Chris Paul, president of the Players Association, goes, I think it's about him hugging his family, going up in the stands. If it's about that, technically, why is it so much of a difference between when King Flop do it and when my man do it?
That's his name?
Point guard is Chris Paul's name. I don't know if you know or not.
King Flop, but go ahead, Carm.
I think it's pretty obvious. He's LeBron and he's LeBron, and Chris Paul is not. That's pretty much what it is. There's no answers, no people hate Chris Paul more than they hate less than LeBron or whatever. It's just LeBron he's the face of the league, and he has been. This is his league. Other people are coming up, the younger guys, and KD, you got people behind him. But LeBron, when you think about basketball across the world, you're thinking about LeBron. That's just how it is. So LeBron is him, and he can do what he wants. Period. LeBron makes his own rules. Chris has to follow the rules. Everyone else has to follow the rules. LeBron makes his own rules. And that's just the facts. Look at LeBron can do whatever he wants. He can say anything, do anything. And LeBron he's just LeBron. That's just, and honestly, I used to just like LeBron personally because I just didn't like his game. I thought that he was just a big guy. He just got in the lane. That's how he was dominant. And I just thought, you just lucky you're big. But he worked on his shot, and, he's progressed his game. And I like him now as a player, and I respect him now. But before, when I was growing, I didn't like LeBron, to be honest. I wasn't a fan. So I was hating on greatness a little bit, not going to lie. But at the same time, I just felt like he could have been more. He could have been more. And he is more now. So that's why I respect him. But again, it's because it's just LeBron. That's it. And it sucks for Chris Paul because his team needs him and they're doing so well. And it's what does that mean for the Suns?
I don't know. And I'm going to toss this to Terrence because this is round robin style. So Terrence, I'm going to round robin it to you. What does this mean for the Suns, bro? Point guard is out.
This means for the Suns, I think it all depends on who they playing. Well, regardless of who they playing, what it means for the Suns is whoever they play, they don't get past 5 games. That's what it comes down to. If whoever they play in the West, they're not getting past 5. I give them a gentleman's sweep, but I don't see them getting past 5 games. Unless somebody just go all crazy. I was thinking that last night about maybe I should call them play OP now.
Nah, bro. We ain't. No,
I was thinking that last night about the Clippers. I'm like, man, nah, they don't stand a chance. But pandemic, play OP, whatever you want to call him, he turned up. So they're gonna need somebody crazy to go off. Cameron Payne, can he step up? Maybe he has some little flashes here and there in the playoffs.
I've been thinking him too. I've been thinking Cameron Payne heavy.
Yeah, so I mean, but right now I feel like Chris Paul the point guard, so and he just make a difference. So I mean, right now if he don't play, I don't see them getting past 5 games.
Yeah, so I'm gonna kick this one to you, man. So we heard that it's a lot of situations going on at the Clippers. Maybe Kyrie, not Kyrie, but Kawhi being out for the rest of the year. This is to you, Vance. What are your thoughts? Like, if Kawhi is out for the rest of the year, now what does that mean if they draw the Clippers? Because they both will have somebody out.
Hey, Al.
What's going on, Al?
So we're talking about the Spurs and Suns, right?
Yep.
So what I read today was with Chris Paul, if he gets like 2 consecutive negative tests, COVID tests, then he'll be out of protocol and he'll be able to play. So yeah, I think it really depends on the matchup. I know Phoenix is 2-0 this year without Chris Paul. That's not a large sample size.
Right.
I don't really think that they stand a chance against a Utah team if Utah gets out of that matchup with the Clippers. I do think that they might be able to fend off the Clippers for a couple games if Chris Paul is able to come back. They might be able to win that series. But yeah, I think it's going to be much about nothing, honestly. I expect Chris Paul to be back sooner than later. And that Suns team, JD, you've been saying it all year, man. And I'm on board with you. That team, looking at them right now, they're the favorite. I think if Chris Paul can get back and play sooner rather than later, I like them a lot in the West.
I do too.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry to interrupt. See, this is why I don't like the hate. You guys want to come at LeBron. Oh, it's all because LeBron. This is LeBron and all that. Chris Paul tested positive. LeBron didn't. That's the difference. Chris Paul tested positive for COVID.
But the thing about it is, what made them test Chris Paul? How come they didn't immediately test LeBron right after?
They didn't say if they didn't test LeBron or not.
But so you don't know that though. But why is it out that they tested Chris Paul and you haven't heard nothing about them testing LeBron? So how is that fair?
He probably did test him. It wasn't no point of saying anything because he didn't test positive.
Are you ready for this? So I've been real quiet. I've been letting you have your little moment, homie.
Terrence is on. He's like the expert now because the Sixers got destroyed last night. He's all on the he's on the high horse.
The only thing that will make me happier is if the Sixers come all the way back and win it. That would make me the happiest. Not because I want them to just win it, but I just want to shut Terrence up. I just want to be done with him. But I want to tell him this straight up. And I wanted to say this, and I've been holding my tongue because I was trying to be real professional today. Got nice people on here watching. It's a family show. But I wanted to tell people that the reason that this is crazy because of Chris Paul is they wouldn't have said anything had Chris Paul not went into the stands to hug his family. Had he just been did something off to the side and he said they hating on the king. Listen, Al, I'm not hating on LeBron.
I didn't hate on LeBron either. All I said was the fact that he can do what he wants. That's the fact.
Man, listen.
The fact that he can do what he wants. Your man tested positive for COVID. I mean, I don't understand.
Well, I don't know why you hyped up about it because it's not a diss against LeBron. He can do what he wants. He's the man. I'm not saying he's not.
Just so we know, Chris Paul is vaccinated. Just for everybody who's out here in the world.
Yeah, he good. Yeah, I'm saying, but he did test positive for COVID.
How was that a negative against LeBron? LeBron can do what he wants. Why is that bad?
Y'all just making it seem like, oh no, LeBron. No, that's it.
No, I didn't.
What it really boiled down to is everybody said that LeBron was at a party where everybody was fully vaccinated. Well, Chris Paul is also fully vaccinated, and he now has, now he does have his situation going on with COVID. What's going on, Jeremy?
Hey, Jeremy.
He vaccinated and got COVID.
Yeah, exactly. So now, how that make you feel? How that make
I don't want to get the shot.
Yeah, think about that. My man is out here fully vaccinated. He went in the stands to hug his family after he put on a crazy performance. And if we at this point where nobody can like anybody, they can't go up in their stands and hug their own family members. This wasn't some randos. This was his people. He probably been in a bubble with them the whole time. So, you know what I'm saying? That's my only thing. I don't care that LeBron went to a party. Bro, everybody been cooped up for a year. Go out and party, bro. If that's what you want to do. Only thing is I'm saying it should be the same thing across the board. So LeBron should have got the same scrutiny for it. They should have tested him. It should have been known that they tested him. Nothing even came out about it. Nobody even said anything about it. It was just like, oh, okay, we went to a party. It's LeBron. They moved on. Like, carry on. Like, that's what it was.
And if it was anybody else, they'd be like, how serious is he taking this series? He's out at a party. You already know that. So, I mean, this show that, you know what I mean? Like, if it was anybody else, you know, was true. They'd be like, how serious is he taking this series? He's out at a party the day before the game.
Yeah,
blah, blah, blah. They lost in the first round. Blah, 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 blah. Maybe if you would have this that night, maybe they would have this. Da, 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 da. You already know. That's true or false.
Listen, I don't care that it's LeBron. I like LeBron off the court. Y'all know that. I'm just not a fan of him on the court because I call him King Flop. But we're gonna get into that. Terrence, before you go, man, I know you got it. I know you got to do it, but I want to get you with this real quick. We've been talking about flopping, and we know the number one culprits are Joel Embiid, Trae Young, and LeBron James, and sometimes mostly Giannis. So, what are we gonna do about flopping, bro? Because we got to do something. I can't keep watching these games. These dudes falling because of mysterious pushes from ghosts and falling over invisible lines. Like I can't do it no more, bro. I'm done.
I mean, it is crazy, man. To be honest, man, might have to start giving people technicals for it, man. Something like that, like for real, like seriously giving people technicals for, like, because I mean, you know, I like LeBron, but I mean, it is some stuff that he really be doing that be like, come on, man, he ain't even hit you at all. Like, come on, man, you 280.
Oh, don't forget Harden. Hey, I'll say don't forget Harden.
Hey, Dan Green.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, like Dan Green was saying, call technicals. I'm like, man, come on now, Joe Embiid and LeBron, y'all 280, 260. Y'all shouldn't be doing all this and all. I mean, y'all shouldn't be doing that. Like we know what a real foul is. Like you be watching the game, like yo, like you act like we don't see you. Like we see you. Like we see what you're doing. Ain't no foul. And if we see you, know the ref seeing you. Like, come on, man.
So check this out, Vance. Now I don't know if you saw this in the last game. Now everybody saw this. And just shake your head, but this is to Vance. Did you see Embiid go up for the last shot and close his eyes like he wanted somebody to call a foul? His eyes were closed. I looked at it like 4 times. I couldn't get it downloaded because it wouldn't download his face all the way. My man had his freaking eyes closed because he was past everybody. It was a bunny layup. It was a bunny. Like I could have dunked it from my couch. Like, I don't know what to do. And I think it's because he's so hell-bent on getting fouled that he just closed his eyes thinking he's going to get hit and get the foul call. So why are these guys not playing through contact? Like, what's going on?
I don't know, man. And to be completely honest with you, JD, when the Hawks took the lead, I couldn't bear to watch the end of the game, man. I pretty much turned off the TV. So I missed that. But yeah, I mean, a guy like Joel, like you said, man, you got to play through contact and go up and don't look for a foul. Go in and create the contact and draw a foul. You know what I mean? I don't know. This is a different game than the one that I grew up watching, man, where these guys are flopping. There was no flopping in the 80s and 90s when I was growing up watching basketball. This is a completely new thing that's happened within the last.
I mean, hold on now. Hold on.
It was probably but that was flopping on
Jordan. There's some stuff on Jordan and a couple people that be flopping.
I don't know, like LeBron. LeBron eat a ghost pepper every game.
Yeah, this league now, man. It's a completely different league. Guys are flopping to get fouls. You know, it's a soft league nowadays, to be honest, and that's just what they do. I don't understand it.
Dan said it's turning into European soccer. We got a bunch of Cristiano Ronaldos out there.
I mean, people are jumping into people and like they're jumping into the person and the person gets the contact. Like it's just kind of like he jumped into me. Like, how am I getting the foul when he jumped into me?
Sideways?
Like he leaned his body into me. So and I just kind of like my body bounced off him. So now I'm gonna get the foul. Like, and even when it works out for us, it still sucks for the league because it's just annoying. And then like always reviewing stuff. Like, do we gotta review every single thing for a flagrant 1, a flagrant 2? If you don't knock him down, like blatantly and slap him in the face, it's not a flagrant. Let him get up and let him play. Honestly, that's how I feel. Like if it's not like an obvious flagrant, I'm not face.
So you felt like Jokic deserved that flagrant when he slapped?
No, I don't think he deserved the flagrant. No,
I mean, I don't know.
Him in the face.
Hold on, wait a minute.
No. If you look at the video, he went for the ball and his hand did slap him in the face. It's not like he like slapped him directly in the face.
He slapped him.
I don't think he did. From what I saw, I don't think he did.
Carm, I'm from the hood,
That's
and
fine.
if you hit me like that on the playground, I'm fighting you.
That's
like I'm
fine,
not
but
talking.
I don't think he should have been ejected for that though. He could have
started a fight.
He could have got a flagrant, and then that's it. Like, he should have been ejected for that. It's an elimination game. He's the MVP of the league. He shouldn't have got let him play. Let him play.
Intent,
It's
Carmen.
a playoff. It's a playoff game. It don't matter.
It's his intent. He tried there. He was frustrated.
He
really ran over there mad and tried
He
to
was mad. He was mad, but he could have did worse. He could have really just slapped him in the head. If it was that deep.
They would have worked him.
Okay,
but no lie. I gotta point this out. No lie. During that whole altercation, he ran up on Booker. I thought he was gonna eat Booker, bro. I thought he was gonna eat him. I was like, yo, he got up on my man.
I'm just saying, like,
he almost ate your boy. Like, that's all I'm saying.
That Suns fan in the stands ate that Denver fan. He ate him. I know y'all seen that video.
It was like self-defense.
Self-defense.
And Booker gave him sideline seats, and signed jersey.
Yeah, true.
So,
all right.
And then Richard Jefferson commented on the shade room thing when they said it, and Richard Jefferson's like, I think this is setting a bad precedent. Like, shut up, Richard Jefferson. Like, shut up. Why are you even commenting?
Richard Jefferson is
trash. And Booker commented like, oh, like, shut up, like, whatever. First of all, the Denver people I don't know who started it because I wasn't there, but from what the video looked like, the Denver Bulls are trying to act like they were walking away, and then the ball came and swung at the Suns fan, and he just finished it. So what do you want him to do?
We're back to Bulls again. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to figure out. You said Denver Bulls? What was you? I was like, I thought they was the Nuggets.
We're Philly, so I'm sorry. This is like my natural slang.
Hey, Terrence, how much longer you got to kick it with us, man?
Man, I think I'm probably have to go ahead and get out of here, man.
All right, man. Terrence, give everybody your ats, man, so they can follow you.
Yeah, at T Cromartie on Insta, Terrence Cromartie on Facebook, man. I got to set up my Twitter, man. I've been playing around, but just wanted to say, man, I'm back in Cali next week. Back on with my rant on Thursday. It's Saturday. Shout out to Biden. He gave us a federal holiday, so we off tomorrow. Happy Juneteenth. I know it ain't till Saturday, but
we're gonna get into that in a little bit, man. But I appreciate you coming, man. We'll talk to you in a little bit, bro.
All right, now have a good one.
Yep.
Later.
All right. It's a good segue to your stuff. Let's get it.
All right, y'all. So we're back with Who Got the Bag. If y'all don't know, Who Got the Bag is a time where I talk about someone in the world, anybody, that I think is just doing good things, or they're getting to the money or whatever have you. So my Who Got the Bag this week is on Megan Thee Stallion. Okay, for all y'all out there, y'all might know who Meg is. She's a rapper. Okay, she kind of sparks a lot of conversation for her videos and her lyrics and stuff like that. But I'm not here to talk about that. That is why she's famous, obviously. But I'm here to talk about something that I discovered about Megan because I overheard the story and I kind of looked into it more. So Meg, I don't know if y'all know this, but Meg donated over $8,000 to cover one of her late fans' funeral costs. So it was a GoFundMe page, and one of the friends of the deceased girl tweeted Meg, was like, hey, my friend was such a big fan of yours, and it would really mean it, we need help, we need to reach $16,000 to pay for this funeral. And she was like, we need help, pretty much. And then Meg responded to her on Twitter and was like, how much do y'all need? And then the girl told her we need $8,155. And Meg was like, all right, bet. And Meg just put it on the GoFundMe and help them reach their goal. So Meg donated money to one of her, deceased fans' funerals to make it happen. So when I seen that, I was like, wow, that was really nice of her. She didn't even question it. She just said how much you need and gave them the money. So I thought that was really cool of her. So then when I seen that, I looked into some other stuff that she's done. So some other things I didn't know she's done. And to me, it's getting the bag because, yes, she's getting money, but she's giving back. She's not just getting money and, being superficial. She actually is caring about people, especially her fans. So in March, when she's from Texas, she was born in San Antonio, but she grew up in Houston. So in Texas, as y'all know, in March, they had that crazy ice storm. what's that called? The Winter Storm Uri. Yeah, when it was like that big blizzard and like people's water pipes was busting and all that crazy stuff was happening in Texas. So when that happened, Meg teamed up with the congresswoman, one of the congresswomen in Texas, and this like church association for disaster services, and she helped restore her hometown of Houston. And she focused on single moms who were uninsured and like older people. So she like donated money to help them in their efforts to like repair their houses, which, as y'all probably maybe didn't know because it was in Texas, but there was a lot of people who were like out of homes and their houses were destroyed because Texas has never experienced that kind of weather before, so they weren't prepared. So she donated back to her hometown. So I thought that was really cool. And then also she actually gave $50,000 to a nurse, like one of her fans who worked during COVID, to pay off her loans, her student loans. And just gave her the money, $50,000, just to pay off her student loans. So I thought that was really cool. And besides that, from what I've seen of Meg, I like her because, first of all, she's still in college, Texas Southern University. She goes there online. She's doing it for her mom and her grandma. They passed away suddenly in 2019. So she's still keeping up with her education, although she has plenty of money and a big career. But she, understands the importance of education. I think that's a good message for women. You know what I mean? When you really get down to it. And then besides that, Meg is natural. Like, she has a natural body. She doesn't have plastic surgery. You know what I'm saying? And I think that's a really great image for people to see because, you're so used to like the image of like, the little, like, not saying that no one has that body, but you're used to seeing women get it done. Like they get the tiny ways, the bigger bottom, and they get those things done to look like that. Meg just, she has curves, but she's natural. And I think that's really cool to see someone like who's just naturally themselves, educated, looking out for her fans and her people, and, just being themselves. And I respect that because I feel like, yeah, she's a little racy with her music, but that's just entertainment. And I think that when it comes down to her real life, it seems like she cares about people and she cares about herself and her family. So I respect that. So to me, Meg is getting the bag because she's doing good. Like, she's popping in her career. She's a 3-time Grammy Award winner, but she's also giving back. And that's important. So Meg, to me, is getting the bag.
That's pretty good. I'm not going to lie. All right, Vance. We always say we want to get back to Philly. All right. We got to get back to him. We're going to we got the hater off the thing. So now we can really get to him.
Now we can like have a real combo because Terrence is just like, he hates us so bad. He just hates Philly so much.
All right. So Vance, I'm gonna kick this to you, man.
Okay.
I don't even know how to start. How do we get it done? How do we come back, man? How do we revive the possible season? Because we need resuscitation at this point. We on life support.
Resuscitation effects.
Yeah, man. I'm really not sure, JD. I think the one thing that I like to see tomorrow is I think what's happened over these last 3 or 4 games is it seems like Nate McMillan is dictating to Doc Rivers what he wants to do, what he's going to do. And Doc has to stop. He has to stop allowing Nate McMillan to do that. Doc is making a mistake, in my opinion, by trying to go sub for sub with Nate McMillan. The Hawks have an advantage with their bench. The Sixers' advantage is their starters.
Yep.
So, my thing is we've seen 2 games in a row now where you've gone to the second unit with Tobias on the court and you've pretty much given up the momentum and your starters have come back in and they haven't been able to keep it together. If that means that you got to play Ben and Tobias and Joel 40-plus minutes tomorrow because it's do or die, that's what you have to do. But you got to shorten that rotation. That's where you start. You shorten that rotation. And furthermore, the one thing that I really don't understand about what's going on is Tyrese Maxey helped you close out the Wizards.
Yeah.
He played well in game 4. He helped you close them out in game 5. How do you allow Shake Milton to come in and have a good 14 minutes and that in turn benches Tyrese Maxey? That makes absolutely no sense. It makes no sense what Doc Rivers is doing right now. And, Maxey is the one curveball that the Sixers could have thrown at Atlanta. He's young. He's fast. He can guard. He can get to the cup. These are all things that you need right now. He's another shot creator. These are all things that you need right now because you have guys on the court right now that are afraid to take a shot. Shake Milton didn't want to shoot it the other night when he had a wide open shot.
And he had one of the ugliest shots, man. God.
Right. You had Tobias and Ben on the court last night playing pretty much volleyball with the ball with a few seconds left on the shot clock because neither one of them wanted to shoot it. So I say you got nothing to lose tomorrow. It's either win or go home. You put Maxey in, you let him play 20-plus minutes and see what he can give you. I really think that he can provide a spark to this team tomorrow. And I just hope that Doc does it.
Listen, I agree. I'm I'm gonna let you say what else you got to say about the feeling, and I'm gonna say what I decided to
All
say,
right,
and then I'm.
All right, so I got my AI shirt on today because I feel like channeling AI is the only way we're gonna win, like to get us where we need to be, to get the team together. Because it's like we gotta channel our inner dog in this situation. The Sixers are playing soft. Everybody is playing soft. Like Joel played great and Seth played great last game, but everybody else is playing soft. Like, so it's unacceptable. They need to dig into their inner dog, get offended, be embarrassed, and come out and like slam them. Like, be the number one seed. Like, take some pride. Have some pride in our team and what we're trying to do. So I feel like it's all about the attitude too, not this nonchalant kind of, like I'm not going to be the guy. Listen, I think Philly's the kind of city that we'd rather you like go for it and go hard and try than, I hate to say it in my language, but bitch up. Don't bitch up. Go out there and do the thing. Like we will live and die with you. If you miss a good shot, you miss a good shot. But if you don't even try, you're like, like you said, Vance, volleyballing. No one wants to take a shot. No one wants to try. Like that's not acceptable. We're in the playoffs and we're playing against the Hawks. On paper, we're better than them. And honestly, I think we are better than them. But they want it more. Like they just want it more. And they maybe, like you said, is out coaching Doc. Doc, honestly, all this stuff about who is a starter, who is a bencher. It's whoever is producing buckets, whoever's producing. That is who should be in the game. And if someone's not working, it's okay, Doc, that you can take them out. Take them out. If they're not working, they're not doing anything, take them out. I don't understand why you think that you can't be flexible within the game. This is your team. Like, utilize your pieces. It's like it's the game of chess. Like if something's like, you got to move something. You got to make a decision. And it's like Ben and Tobias, like that performance in Tobias. Someone told me that they think he's hurt. But it's like, Tobias, 4 points? Ben don't even shoot. And he had 8 points and he missed 17 free throws. Like, Tobias, that is shameful. He's like, that is... I'm just like, I'm bamboozled. And I agree about Maxey. Put Maxey in. Like you said, he is young. He'll give you that spurt. He's kind of like a Trae Young. Like, he's short. He's little. You know what I mean? He'll get to the rack. And Maxey, like you said, he's been good for us. Why not? If Shake's not doing it, Shake, goodbye. Maxey, get in. What's the problem? So I think the only way we can win this game is if we get some pride, bring out the inner dog, and everybody like plays to their full potential. And Ben, if we lose after this, like if we lose and we get out the playoffs, I know he's gone. There's no way on God's green. I like Ben.
I was
Vance, you know watch. That. Vance, you know I like Ben. I stick up for him. But after that game, he's too much of a liability. Like, your defense is amazing, but you are hurting us so bad on the offensive end. It's not even funny. And it's sad because you're so talented. But you don't have the pride. You have such arrogance that you can't get in that gym and work on those free throws. Like, that's not your job. Like, that's what kills me. That's what kills me. It's like, you're our guy. And you don't even have the pride enough to get in that gym and do 100 free throws and feel offended that they would eat, like they even try you at the free throw line. Like, you don't even care that much. That's what kills me. And that's what makes me feel like, who knows if we're going to win this series, because y'all don't got no pride. Y'all don't got pride. You're soft. Okay.
I like that very much. Vance, go ahead. And then I'm going to go after you.
No, I was going to say one thing that I think, needs to happen, if they're going to win this series, they're going to have to change their mindset. And Doc's going to have to change his mindset with how he's coaching his team, particularly at the end of the third quarter, going into the fourth. Mm-hmm. Where they're losing the game is they have these leads and they're sitting back trying to defend the lead. No, that's not the answer.
Keep your foot on the gas.
With the team like the Hawks, keep your foot on the gas pedal. Keep scoring. Do not sit back and get, complacent and try to hold the lead, because you've seen it. The Hawks will walk you down. As long as you have Ben Simmons out on the court, Nate McMillan is going to foul him. He's going to put him on the line. He's going to slow the game down. And they're going to walk you down with that bench and with that starting lineup. So you have to keep your foot on the gas pedal. And the other thing about Doc Rivers is he's at blame for what's going on with Ben Simmons. Because all season, Doc has enabled Ben. He's come up to the media, and he said all season he doesn't need to shoot. He doesn't need to do this. He doesn't need to do that. Now, here we are in the second round, and everybody's wondering why Ben isn't performing. Ben is doing what he's been doing all season. Here's the thing about Ben Simmons. When he was almost traded for James Harden, Doc Rivers made a mistake by not keeping Ben on the hot seat. Ben should have been kept on the hot seat all season. What he did was he backed Ben, and Ben got comfortable, and Ben is doing what he's always done. He's fading when we need him to step up. And I blame that on the coach, because he allowed this to happen.
I agree, Vance. He's been coddling Ben, just saying it's okay, and just you know what I mean, like feeding that arrogance that Ben has, that he needs to work on anything.
Are you guys ready for me to do my
Hey,
spiel?
Mort.
What's up, Mort? All right, so I've been holding this in all day.
Can I just say one more thing? Sorry, just quickly. The Hawks didn't even play well. Vance, JD, Horter, Bogey, they didn't even play well. The team wasn't even playing that well. No. The Sixers just let them come back. John Collins is gonna beat us.
Listen, all right, man.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Jay.
All right, here we go. What people don't understand is the Hawks have won 3 games by under 12 points. Their margin of victory is under 12 points for all 3 games that they have beat us by. We beat them by 16 points in 1 game alone. Okay, I say that to say this. I want to be negative. I really do. I really want to be negative. But I don't know if it's just my optimism and I just want to be positive. But something gives me the thought process that if they just come to play, they'll win. If they just come and take all the BS out the game and they come to play for real and play a whole game, start to finish, without letting their foot off the brake, they will win easily.
I agree.
But the thing about it is I watch these post games because I want to see if they have the look of conviction on their face after a loss. And they don't.
I'm saying. They don't care.
They went to Ben Simmons. Like, I can't even make this up, bro. I think that Ben Simmons may be on the spectrum. I'm not even trying to be funny.
Yo, Jay,
no, I'm not.
Up,
no, check this out. I'm gonna say he just doesn't have the correct responses to certain things. And I work with kids that have been like that. And they just don't have the right response. If somebody is telling you can't shoot and you decide you're still not going to shoot, that's the wrong response. If I'm asking you a question about how your play is and you come and your response is, I'm just playing away. I'm just doing my best. Like, are you for real?
He's just arrogant.
It's no, the dude, it's something wrong with him. And the reason I say that is because if you're 6'10", if you go and do something one time and you get success, normally people stay doing that. He is actually the opposite. Like, he will get success and just stop doing it. And the only time he plays hard is when he plays against his idols. Like, for whatever reason, I don't know.
Like LeBron, he plays amazing against LeBron.
Oh man, we should take a cutout and put it on whoever's jersey is we playing against. Like, they should put a LeBron James jersey on Trae Young and just let him go at him. And even to that point, I've been looking at the statistics of everything, looking at the analytics, and Doc got enamored by Shake Milton. The worst thing that could have ever happened to the Sixers is Shake Milton could have gone off. That was the absolute worst thing against who was that? Against was it against Atlanta?
No,
yeah,
was it Atlanta? Oh, it was Atlanta.
Okay. So the worst thing that Shake could have done, I'd rather us just lose the game. And I'm gonna tell you why. Because Shake getting back into the flow is Doc's boy. Maxey was never Doc's choice. Maxey was Sam Cassell's choice. Shake has always been Doc's guy. So when you see the variant, when you see Maxey do something good, the first person he goes up to is Sam Cassell. Every single time. Sam is in his ear. He's talking to him. He's tutoring him through the thing. If you remember back before the playoffs started, Maxey went off for 30. A little young dude went off for 30. I ain't never seen Shake go for 30. Never.
So JD, here's the problem. The reason why Doc is so partial to Shake Milton is because Shake Milton went off for 39 against the Clippers last year on prime time.
Yeah, but that don't matter. That team is different.
Right. But this is the reason why Doc Shake, because Doc saw him do that against his team. And that's
I'm a fan now.
Right. That's the idea that Doc has in his head. Doc thinks Shake Milton is Lou Williams. And
no. Maxey is Lou Will. That's the Lou Will, because you gotta think about
Maxey's just undersized.
He's not really undersized.
He's a little undersized. Lou Will's taller than him.
What I'm saying is
6'3".
He's 6'3". That's a big. That's a
on the court. He just looks so small.
That's a Steph Curry. That's a Curry. That's Arch Curry too. Like,
yeah, he looks so much smaller than everybody.
They just you're playing against mountains. Joel Embiid is a mountain. Ben Simmons is a mountain. Like, these dudes are huge. That's true. Even Tobias Harris is 6'6". So
don't even talk about him. Don't even say his name.
Okay, so I want to throw this out there real quick and I'm gonna be done with my rant about the Sixers because I gotta jump into something that's actually really important. The way we beat them is we go back to do you remember when we were down by 20 something for game 1 and we went into a full court press the entire game?
You were saying that. Like, why haven't they gone back to the
why
press?
don't we go back to the full court court press. If it works, they can't handle pressure. Even in the last game when they inbounded the ball, Trae Young almost threw a pick. Well, they almost threw a pick to Thibault. He just fell.
Yeah, he fell. Mm-hmm.
So in my mind, they don't handle pressure well. No disrespect to Nate McMillan, which I'll get to Nate McMillan in a little bit. I just don't think his team is constructed enough to have more than one ball handler, and that is Trae Young. He's the one ball handler. Who is their reserve ball handler? Can you name them? Because I can't.
Probably Lou Will when he's in.
Lou Will is the guy. Yeah.
So Lou is your backup.
Yeah, that's it.
So I've never seen Lou and Train at the same time.
They were last night.
They don't play at the same time.
They did last night.
They did because they was whooping our ass.
Yeah.
But in the real way that we look at it, just like you don't see Thibault and Ben a lot of times together because it's like a double negative type thing. Like you don't really need them both in at the same time. They're the same person.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna throw this out here, and I know we talking about Nate McMillan. I just want to get into this real quick because it's a big situation. I'm super excited, and I never really get excited about anything anymore. I just don't because I've had a lot of loss, like when it comes to like BS. But this is what we got. Man, where's my crystal ball, man? This is my segment. Where's my crystal ball? Like the whole time I've had my crystal ball, I've been calling stuff out all year.
It's the oracle moment.
And my oracle is my ball is broke. I think Dan broke my ball. Like no pun intended. Like I think he did something. Like my ball, since I said some things, I had to backtrack on them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But man, I need to point this out. My crystal ball has shown me 4 crystal ball coaches right here, man. This is straight love for everybody who can see this on the screen. Man, this is love. If you know how I feel about, all the stuff with Juneteenth and all that good stuff, and
Morgan, go Hawks! Stop, honey, stop.
I've been
Morgan's in Atlanta, so she's rooting for the Hawks.
So I'm hoping that I'm whatever to the Hawks, whatever. I'm not feeling that, but I actually am really excited to say this: that right now in the playoffs, there are 4 African American coaches,
right?
And they keep saying that we don't need, representation in the league within GMs and coaches and people of power in the league. And this is a prime example why we need it. These brothers is coaching, man. Like Ty Lue looked like he was almost out of it. He coached them boys up even without Kawhi. We all know what Monty Williams has done. Like Monty he's been crazy. He's been spectacular with those guys. Nate McMillan, I know he's going against us right now.
He's still been a good coach.
Yeah. And Doc, it looks like, brother, you might be the odd man out, brother. But yeah, man. But these brothers, man, right here, man. This is a shout out from Jaylen Brown. It's a tweet talking about the coaches. Out of 7 coaches left in the playoff, there was 4. There was 4 African American coaches still left, man. So big ups to that. Definitely. And we all know that there was a bill passed today that made Juneteenth a federal holiday, man, for African Americans everywhere. I'm excited. Like I'm super excited.
And speaking of coaches, honestly, there's more opportunities for more, hopefully, Black coaches to get positions. There's right now 7 teams that need coaches: Orlando, Dallas, Portland, Boston, Indiana, New Orleans, and DC. So all these teams are looking for new head coaches. So this is a great opportunity for, possibly some former players, some other, minority coaches, or honestly, maybe a woman coach. Maybe Becky Harmon, maybe Dawn Staley, like maybe, a woman get in. Who knows? Dawn ain't leaving. But I know you're South Carolina, but you never know. The opportunity is good enough. She might, but
she may.
Listen, she's a winner. She want to achieve. And what an achievement that would be to be one of the first woman coach in the head coach in the NBA. Yeah. So there's so many opportunities, and I want to see that. Like if a woman can get it, white, whatever, I'd be like over the moon. That'd be such a just needed, I think, timely thing to happen for the NBA, because now they're starting to get on the train with the WNBA, starting to kind of promote them together and market them together. So I think having a woman coach in the NBA will really kind of knock everybody's, their image of what they think NBA is supposed to be or WNBA is supposed to be. Like we are all basketball here. Yeah. So woman or man, everybody, ball, you're qualified, you're qualified.
If you're a basketball peer, like we've been saying, if you're a basketball peer, you love the women's game. The women's game is more fundamental. Like we talking about cats flopping. we're talking about the NBA. And we're talking about guys flopping in the league. Terry Richardson, we did not see your comment. We just have kind of moved on to something. We'll get to it if we have a little time at the end. Vance, I want to kick this to you, man. Like, gosh, I want to throw this out there. Juneteenth. Like a lot of people didn't really know what it was And I wasn't one of those people. I grew up in the South, so I always kind of knew what it was.
People were asking me what it was. People were like, who live in Philly, asked me what it was.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a cool thing. If you don't really know what it is, it's technically Freedom Day. It was Freedom Day when the slavery was actually really abolished in the last state, which I'm pretty sure was Texas. It was finally abolished completely, and they made a name of Juneteenth.
But that's when the soldiers came into Texas and like told the people. I forget where they were, but they said like, y'all are free now.
Yeah, Texas, and they finally abolished slavery altogether. So I'm gonna kick this to you, Vance. Man, for you, man, what does this really mean? This is a federal holiday now. Like, this is a big deal.
It's awesome, man. I think it's great. I think it's been a long time coming. As an African American, we typically don't have too many laws, passed in our favor. So yeah. I think it's a beautiful thing, and hopefully the start of more things, being shown in our favor. Because for a long time we've been the backbone of this country. We've been the backbone of this country. We built this country. So it's about time, that we're recognized and shown some respect. So yeah. I think it's great, that President Biden, passed this legislation to make Juneteenth a national holiday.
Yeah, I'm with it. I kind of want to go. I want to go a little deeper. So y'all, if I get too deep, y'all pull me back in. But for me personally, growing up in the South, I always knew what Juneteenth was. It was never an issue. We never really threw barbecues for it because I think that there was some of my family members did. They would have like a barbecue or whatever. They didn't really celebrate the 4th because there was a kind of double meaning. Like, even though we celebrate the 4th, everybody wasn't free.
Right.
So what I'm saying. So they were saying like, well, why do we use July 4th as Independence Day when really we was only independent from Britain? We're not but people in the country was still locked down. So I had a homeboy on Twitter, man. Big up to JRob23, man. If you come on here, I hope you get to hear this, man. He said that we need to come up with a way that there could be an all-inclusive Independence Day where all people are just created each other. Because July 4th is cool, but that's just when we became a country. Like, there was still like hate and stuff going on all through that. I would like it to be a way that they could, talk about Native Americans, Trail of Tears. We can have this conversation about slavery, really getting that out there, telling everybody what really happened, Jim Crow, all that stuff. And then also talk about the Asians, because Asians were persecuted as well. And some of them are still being disrespected because of this whole coronavirus crap. And them being like, people are going and tearing up their buildings and like their businesses because they're Asian-owned businesses. I know this is a thing that happens because people are they don't really want to go do the research for themselves, and they just listen to like somebody who had some hate down the line and said something.
No, go ahead. No, I mean, I don't know. I think I agree with you, but I think that the reason why like this Juneteenth has just become a federal holiday, why other like Native Americans aren't acknowledged like they should be, all the like because people, certain parts of America do not want to admit that America was built upon the hate and killing people. And that's just the truth. I'm Native American. So this country was built off of killing my people, which we were here first. So, certain things aren't acknowledged or talked about or, given holidays for, because you don't want to, that's like admitting guilt. Like you're admitting that these things were wrong. Because so many people say it was in the past, it was this, it was that, they were this, they were that. But the fact of the matter is that's the truth. The truth is the truth. And people don't want to deal with the real truth. They want to deal with what was painted for us to believe, not what really happened, which y'all came here, took land that wasn't y'all's. People were living here peacefully, cohesively, and y'all just came and took what you thought was yours. So that's why we're here where we are today and why these things are just happening now, because people don't want to admit their guilt. They're, not saying it's their fault, but their ancestors, in our history that, kind of like, what is that? Like I forget how to say it, but pretty much y'all wrong. Y'all don't want to admit that you're wrong.
Like you don't really want to accept the real truth.
Because the image is better. You know what I mean? Like we escaped, we fended off Britain, we got our independence, and we just made it here as a land of the free and melting pot. That all sounds really great and good. But what is the true history of how this country was made and how we came to be?
True. Big facts. I hate. Okay, I want to finish the thought that I had because I really thought it was a good thought.
Sorry, Jay, that was a good thought.
It was.
It just hit a nerve with me a little bit.
I know. I get it. I try to be like I wanted to be a positive message to end it out on, because I think Juneteenth is we have a really good situation and opportunity here to really educate people who are not African American about something like Juneteenth. It does start awareness. You do now know that everybody wasn't free on July 4th. Right. So while everybody's barbecuing and popping off fireworks and all that, saying that this is great, it should also start a bigger conversation of how many people are left out and how many people aren't included in this. And there should be some legislation. Maybe somebody should look at the Constitution, because it wasn't written with African Americans, Native Americans, any Hispanic person, anybody of any color, Asian included, and women. It did not include any of those people actually being considered as a person. If you read it, it's not considering. It's even considering women as being property. So, I just don't know. Everybody asks me this question because I go and talk about like non-sport stuff, and people are always asking me the question like, how do we fix it? And the thing about it is, I don't think you can fix something if you're not willing to tear it down. Right. If you're not willing to take it apart at the seams to really dig, like amendment, like I hate amendments. I hate amendments. And I know people are going to get mad at me. I hate amendments. Amendments are just a way to say we was wrong and now we about to change it. When you should just take the whole thing out and rewrite it. Like the amendments are, if you got to amend something, you might as well take the whole thing out and rewrite it. Right. It's like me one line in something, coming on top of it and then writing, but we do this now. Like you're just, we still know what it used to say. Right. So just abolish it altogether. Like take it and get rid of it. Like the Constitution is something that should be a working organism. It should work and it should be a living organism. If it's living and it's something we live and breathe, it should be something that should be able to be corrected and revisited as the world changed. Right. It was never need be. Yeah. It was never supposed to be something that was static. It was supposed to be something that could constantly change. So in my mind, I love the fact that there's Juneteenth. I'm going to have a good time with my friends and family. We're going to barbecue. We're going to tell the story. I tell the story all the time about Black Wall Street or what happened. It's a sad story, but it's a really cool story in the sense of it was the time that African Americans, a little bit after slavery, had gotten a place where they had their own. Like they had doctors, lawyers, teachers. And all the time we're taught in our neighborhoods that we got to get out of our neighborhoods to succeed instead of staying where we at and building there. Like it's crazy. Like, I'm from a small place in South Carolina, and when I grew up, like if my dad or my mom or my grandma wasn't around, my neighbor watched after me. Right. And she made sure I didn't do nothing crazy. Community. Like the sense of community in African Americans has been like knocked down for so long that we just feel like we got to get out of our environments to be successful instead of building where we are. Right. And that really does suck. And I hope it starts the conversation about building community back up. Because people operate in silos. It's like me and mine and y'all over here. Not like, you are your own unit, but we are together as as Black people, as minorities. We are a community. It's not just you over there, me over here. Like, let's help. Like, you know what I mean? Like the Asian community, they stay together. They work together. They build each other. You know what I mean? They all mix. Like, all right, we all Asian. You know what I mean? Like Hispanic, we need to do that too. You know what I mean? I'm guilty of it at times. But we are all Hispanic. You know what I mean? So it's like certain things. And I think, like you said, with the Constitution, it's like people don't want to, because they don't want to change it. Because like I said, they don't want to admit certain things. Because how the Constitution is, you see people who are like extremists, they'll talk about that Constitution to the bone. What the Constitution says, this was this in the Constitution, just to prove their point, just to prove their bigoted point. You know what I mean? So people don't want to change it because then they lose their footing. Then they got nothing to stand on. Like the Constitution don't say that. True. Big facts. Vance, I'm going to let you chime in here, man. I know you look like you got something to say. And if you don't, then Vance is the wise one. I know he's wiser than that, though. Vance is the wise one.
My wheels are turning right now with this conversation, but it's quite honestly one that I'd rather have off air.
All right. Okay. I appreciate that. Gotcha. I appreciate your candor. Man, but do you have anything else that you want to shout out, man? Because technically Vance is actually flyer and ice. Like he's that guy, but that dude knows everything. Like all the sports, man. If you want to go about any type of stuff on Heat Ratio, reach out, man. Dude is a beast, man. He's a straight beast. We're telling us sense community people are scared to do anything. So, because of retaliation. Yeah, we have to not be afraid of it. Like you kind of, what's up, Jason? You can't be afraid. They either don't want to admit it, or they don't even know that it's wrong to begin with. Yeah, right. Man. Like, I had a problem because I mentioned this on another podcast that I have called A Rotated Views with another friend of mine. Well, it's not my podcast, so that would mean I would have 10 podcasts. It's not my podcast. It's somebody else's podcast. But I went, I went on there and I was talking about like how people sometimes when they get canceled, cancel culture doesn't always work the way we want it to. It worked like, because I think initially cancel culture was basically supposed to be like boycotting a person.
Right.
But instead it became a situation where we go and cancel people, but we don't educate the people. So it's like, they turn, they go against Black Twitter now. When you get canceled, it's like, oh, Black Twitter is the worst. But really, in all honesty, there's nobody coming in and saying, okay, listen, like we're canceling you for this reason. We're going to say we're canceling you, but we want you to be back in a good part of society. We're basically like putting you in like social prison, but with prison, it's messed up because prison doesn't reform anything. People come out of prison more messed up than they did when they came in. So we need to start doing something. We're going to put people in social prison, which is counseling. We need to be doing some type of reform to help revitalize, because once you ruin somebody's life by canceling them, they'll never be an ally. Never. You can never go back and say, we canceled you. Now come fight with us to help us, because you lose footing. But instead, why don't we just say, you know what? You did screw up royally, like really bad. But we're saying here, like, here's the olive branch. So let's fix it. Like, you made a mistake. Let's fix it. Let's sit down. Tell me why you feel this way. Right. We're not having these candid conversations. There's a guy named Joyner Lucas. He wrote a song called I'm Not Racist. If you ever get a chance to listen to some real music, I'm not saying these guys don't rap now, but they don't really rap now. And Joyner Lucas made a song, and they're basically saying things that we've all thought. Like African Americans thought this about white guys thought this about African American guys. And it's such a real song that I listened to it on repeat when it first came out, probably like every day. Opposed to listening to somebody tell me how much money they got in their bank account, how many cars they got, how many girls they've been with, how much jewelry they wearing, right? Like stuff that has like no real face value, but it has street value. So I just wanted to let everybody know, like, we got to start having these conversations with people. It sucks. It really does suck especially when it's a friend. When you have to have a conversation with a friend about, a racist thing they might have said or a misconception they may have, having that conversation with somebody could go a long way, because like Morgan said, they probably don't even know that they're having a racist ideology.
And if they're a friend, it's all like, you can accept when your friend tells you something if you're wrong, if they're a friend. Then if they don't accept it, they're not really a friend. Like if they can't see like their side in things and it offends you, then maybe they're not the friend that you thought they were.
Sundown towns. Yeah, we talked about that one time. Sundown towns. So Vance, man, tell everybody where they can find you, man. Let's get it.
You guys can find me on Twitter at crew_love0, and also on Flyer and Ice Pod. Follow us on Flyer and Ice Pod on Twitter. And we air every Thursday in between 4:45 and 5:30, either one of those times. But yeah, I'm around, guys. Hit me up.
Hey.
So
Vance the God.
Vance is the guy. I feel like I want to take Vance's voice and put it on my body.
Right? Like Vance has like that, like really like, telephone voice. Like, hello.
Yeah. I want Vance's voice. I feel like he's the Morgan Freeman of podcasting. But yeah, man, Vance, I appreciate you coming on, man, and kicking it with us, man. It's always a pleasure. Can't wait to see if one day I'll be able to get on Flyer and Ice, man, and talk a little bit about some hockey, even though I don't know anything about it.
Hey, bro, we'd love to have you, man. And thanks for having me tonight, guys. I appreciate it.
Of course. Thanks for being here, Vance.
Carm, what you got going on? Anything?
I changed my Instagram name and my Twitter name. So now it's so_Carm. So not Yosei Carm anymore. So check it out. Just hopefully going to do some hoops and cars after if the Sixers make it.
Listen, I hope for a Sixer win tomorrow. I'm hoping. I'm praying on my lucky stars.
Let's not get it confused. I want to say this for everybody. I'm still rocking with the Sixers. I'm not going to turn my back on the Sixers. But the thing about being a true fan, well, to me, you got to call them out when they're wrong. They're wrong. So it ain't about hating them or not supporting them or Ben or anybody. It's just y'all wrong, and y'all not playing to your potential in Doc 2, and it's corny. So the city deserves better. Like you seen that thing with the guy on the news on Channel 11 or Channel 6. He's like, man, y'all doing this to us. I took my time off work. I came here. This is what y'all doing to us.
This how you feel?
I didn't do this stuff. This is not me. Y'all, I'm fighting for my life. Y'all killing me with this. I gave y'all 30 years.
I mean, that's how I felt. Like I'm telling you, last night that's how I felt. I had to go live because if I didn't, I was gonna wake my wife up. She would have been asleep for like an hour. I was about to go in her room and wake her up and tell her how much I was mad at the Sixers. Like,
hey, listen, if we're being honest, tomorrow there's legacies on the line tomorrow.
Right. Thanks.
If you're Doc, do you want to lose your 11th series with being up?
Yep.
You want to blow your series? If you're Ben, you're pretty much playing to stay in Philadelphia right now.
Right.
Or maybe you're not playing, so you can leave Philly.
But who's gonna want you? But who's gonna want you after that performance? After they see what a harm you are to a team?
If you're Tobias, you're pretty much playing to stay in Philly right now. That's pretty much what it is. I mean, this is legacies we're talking about right here. Like,
this is our best opportunity, Vance. This is our best opportunity to win one.
Especially with all the injuries. Like, everybody's hurt. So it's like, this is our time to like get in there if we're gonna get it.
Everybody's hurt. Like everybody. Like anybody that's notable has an injury of some sort, except for KD maybe and Giannis. Like everybody's hurt. Like everybody's banged up.
This is the time. Like I feel like this is the time. If there was gonna be a time, this is it.
This is it. This is like the 2 years where Jordan went to play baseball. This is the time. And if you didn't get it in them 2 years, you're not getting it. I'm sorry.
Vance, last thing, do you think that if say we don't make it, do you think it's gonna be a complete like breakdown of the team after this season?
I thought about this earlier today. What I see happening is if they don't make it, I think, we all know that Morey already attempted to move Ben, right? And it didn't happen. I don't think that there's any way if they lose game 6 or 7, I don't think that there's any way that Ben Simmons puts on a Sixers jersey again.
Yeah.
Tobias, I think there's a slight possibility that Tobias will be back because of that contract. And it's almost immovable at this point if he doesn't have a good game over these next few games. The thing about moving Ben is if you're going to move him, you're going to really want another superstar. So it's not just about Ben. If you're moving Ben for like a Dame or somebody like that, you're going to have to package a Matisse or a Maxey to go along with Ben to make that deal happen. So if they lose tomorrow, this team is going to look completely different next year. What I could see happening is Morey moving Ben and another player for another superstar and surrounding them with a bunch of 3-and-D guys. And that being how they move forward with this thing.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
I'm not mad about it.
I can see that. If we lose, then it has to happen. Because this last night I went out after the game and people elderly people were pissed. Like people were mad. Like what is up with like the game? Like people were upset.
Did you say elderly?
Yes. People? Like people were pissed. It's like what? Like what? It was just because people expect the Sixers to not listen.
Who was pissed?
Elderly people.
Bruh.
Elderly people. Don't even play. Okay. I got respect for my elders first. Secondly, so people are mad because it's like people expect the Sixers to be better this year. Like they don't think the Sixers are of old where they sucked. They're supposed to be better. So if they don't make it this year, it's a wrap. Like this process crap out the window. No one cares. Like here they come. Ain't no nothing here. We nothing. Y'all about to be here. Y'all go out the door. I feel
like if they don't do it, I think Joel should perm his hair. If they don't make it, because he calls himself the process, but this will be a full process. He got the full process.
Shout out to Joel, man.
Shout out to Joel.
Playing on a torn meniscus, still balling.
Listen, I'm gonna say this because we gotta go. We had like an hour 15. I wanna just throw this out there. Tomorrow, if you don't got nothing to do before the show start, man, come to DSM Media. Come holler at my boy Scott. He's gonna have a pregame on. I don't know if it's gonna be him, Dylan, and the crew. I don't know if it'll be on location like we did the last one, but he'll be having a big show going on for the pregame. Hopefully they can give him some good vibes. I mean, last time we did it, we did lose. So I don't know if that's good karma, bad karma. It is what it is, though. So everybody come and take a look at Scotty.
Yo, maybe Chuck should not say the Sixers are going to win. Then maybe we'll win.
Oh, guarantee?
Yeah, guarantee the Sixers is winning tonight.
If he say that, I'm gonna fight him. I was
like, Chuck, don't say nothing about the Sixers.
He should say Atlanta should win.
Right, like Atlanta gonna win tonight for sure.
Dude, that dude's like 11. He's like 0-11. They're not even kidding.
Anyways, so good luck to the Sixers. We still riding. Well, I think we all are. Vance, me, Jay, we're still rocking with them. It ain't like that, but do better, be better, and that's all we can say. That's all I can say.
Follow me at JD_DDS.
Follow me at _Carm.
And go give my boy Vance a follow because he got some nuggets over there, man.
And shout out to everybody that commented, Terry, Morgan, Jason, everybody that commented today. Al,
Dan,
Scotty. We really appreciate y'all. And thanks for watching.
Thanks for watching, y'all. Until next time. Deuces.
Later.